Hey gang, got an interesting one here. Got a friend of the family's, let's see, 2003 Toyota Sienna, Sienna, however you want to pronounce it, 2003 model, that the power window on the passenger side here is not working. And after speaking to her, getting some information from her husband, he took a look at the window track and stuff like that. But what's happening is the window will go down, but they can't get it to go back up. And he thinks it may be the switch. And I told him, you know, I'd love to take a look at it, do some testing on it, and see if it is possibly the switch. But she also mentioned that there was a some type of power drain that if left overnight or 2 days without running it, the battery would be dead. So before I test this switch, I'm going to go ahead and see if there's any type of parasitic draw on the electrical system, first from the battery, and then we'll come take a look at this switch. I think it may be the switch. I mean, from what I can find on the internet, it's not uncommon for the switches to go bad, especially if rainwater comes in from the window and drips down into here and goes crazy with it. But let's go take a look at the battery real quick. I'm going to go ahead and shut the door, make sure everything is off. And as you can kind of see, there's a little bit of corrosion on the terminals. I'll definitely clean that up, but let me get some gloves on and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm going to show you how I'm going to test for a drain on the battery, a draw on the battery. Basically a parasitic draw, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook the negative cable from the battery and setting up my multimeter. I'll get it shot there. That's not very good. Get you good. There you go. I've got it set to 20 milliamps, and what I'm going to do is bridge the negative cable in the negative post with my two probes. And what you should see, it goes to about 0.29. And these connections are a little gross, so it's hard to anything at or below 50 milliamps is acceptable. I'm going to go open the door so the dome light will come on, and you'll see how it'll jump up. Okay, the door is open, so you'll see now it should jump up to 1, or yeah, there we go, 1.7 milliamps, which is about right. Battery's pulling, or the interior's pulling current. So what that tells me is that I don't think there's a drain on the battery. I did find one thing when I was pulling it into my garage, that the light switch or the buzzer did not signal when the light was on. If you pulled the keys out, opened your door, you didn't get that annoying ding ding ding, or beep 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 beep, that crap. So I think what's happening there is maybe my friend is just leaving her parking lights on or something like that, and it's killing the battery. But that's one quick way to test. I was thinking if there was a draw on this battery, I would disconnect the switch and see if maybe the switch was causing it. It might have been something burned out in the motor, but I think we're okay here. So what we'll do is, yeah, and it's not fluctuating. And if my probe will, there we go. That drop that we saw, I think, is probably the ECU going into a sleep mode, or possibly the aftermarket alarm or the stereo or something like that. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and hook this battery back up. I'm going to clean these terminals just because they look pretty gross. I'm going to hook my battery charger up to it and let it charge while I'm checking for continuity on the passenger side power window switch. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, and just for giggles, I did get the top of the battery cleaned off and got the terminals cleaned. I'm pretty happy with how they're cleaned. I'll clean the terminal connectors next, but wanted to do a battery load test. When I hook it up, it looks pretty good, and then I hit the load and it's still in the good range. I don't know how well my camera will pick that up, so I'll throw it on the charger and it should do just fine. So what I'll do is get this on the charger, get those terminal connectors cleaned, and then we'll go from there. We'll test the continuity of the switch. Be right back. If I can get this on video. Okay, so with the power switch pulled up to be in the up position, 1 and 2, one starting over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins should have continuity. So 1 and 2, no continuity. 3 and 4 should also have continuity, and they do. So our 1 and 2 pins are not connected any longer, or there's something malfunctioning in the switch, and as you can see, it's loose and just gross. So I'm going to go in there and confirm what her husband has said. It's probably just the switch. They were worried that it was the window regulator, but he was able to, luckily last night, hardwire power to the window to make it go up, and it worked just fine. And the down position works also. If you check for continuity on pins 1 and 4 and 3 and 5, that's fine. As long as the switch is pressed down, all 4 of those pins have continuity. So the down is working. It was the up that they were having the problem with. It would not roll back up. So I just helped to confirm that it is a switch, and I think it's probably between $30 and $50 for the switch, and I think the window regulator is like $140 or $150. So definitely a lot better to switch this out instead of doing the window regulator. But there you go. I hope this helps somebody, especially troubleshooting, you know, a power window or a power lock switch. There's plenty of diagrams out there that you can also go a little further, you know, checking when the power window lock button is engaged, if the switch has proper continuity and resistance, and the same thing with the power relay for the windows, if that ever goes out, how to check it and whatnot. But luckily it was just a switch, and I kind of thought it might have been when I first looked at it, and it was so sloppy. I figured it was probably something in the switch. But there you go, guys. Leave comments, questions. Definitely want to hear from you. If you've got any better ways or quicker ways that this could have been troubleshooted, definitely let me know. But you know, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.